To be honest, I was just eyeing up having another go at my cat. So,
Have a go at your cat.
can you still hear
Damn
him?
cat.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Petit.
Like, I feel like we've had a
Shine.
break, and then he's come back and gone, my time to shine.
He's missed the show then, even if we haven't.
Furry dickhead. Ugh.
Are we all ready to go then? Yeah.
Nah, go on then.
Oh, just a pair of random hands just appeared in Mikey's screen and put his headphones on. Hey H is in the chat, everybody. She gets to hear this in stereo, of course.
Oh, that's good.
Only if I shout loudly.
Shout loudly.
Loudly!
Jesus.
That works. We haven't decided on an order, but I need to know: do I go dark with my story or light?
Oh, God.
Let's go. Hey, the first week back. Let's go light.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like light would be.
Right,
more
we could
sensible
go in
at
any
this
order
point.
then. So go on, Adam. Sort out an
That'll
order.
do.
I'm going to use the circus dice.
Is that because
Because-
we're a bunch of clowns?
We are all but clowns.
You're welcome.
So let me get you back up. So that was 10. So that's. Oh, I go first. Yay. That was 10 again. These dice are very nice.
I better write that down.
It's
hadn't I?
10, 3 in a row. What the fuck?
So you've got 3 stories you've got to do before.
Yeah. then it's Steph.
Yay.
Hey!
Yay!
Then Mikey.
Hey!
I'm going to cheer even though
No
Mike
matter
didn't
what
cheer
it
for
is.
me.
Oh.
Then the powered laureate of Bowsley.
Sorry.
That'll be me.
And then the next actual roll was
then
7,
it'll
which,
be Flats.
which gives her time to think of a story.
I don't know what you mean. I definitely haven't just been scrolling through my Facebook photos in desperation.
I do that sometimes. Something must have happened in my life.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I do nothing.
I even went through my I even went through Steph's Instagram page to try and find Steph a story.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
messaged
but I've
Steph and
already
went,
said,
That's
"What
creepy.
is your
that
mate
one.
sent you all
Yeah,
these
that's-
car gifts? What's the reference and is there a story in it?" And it turns out it's a Friends reference, and I didn't get it because I never watch Friends.
you know the episode of
Dave.
Friends where Chandler
No.
and Joey buy everyone shit presents?
No,
That's every Christmas. But yeah.
oh, at
Right,
the garage. thing.
so my friend bought me and a friend all of the presents. So we had the wiper blades, the new car smell, toilet seat covers, a lemon lime, a cola, and ribbed condoms for your pleasure. Yeah, so I
That
just
is a thoughtful gift.
it is what I loved, and only Friends fans will get this. Is when I opened it, I went a lemon lime.
It sounds like, as someone who is similar to Dave, doesn't really know Friends, it sounds like that playwriting exercise where you have like a lucky dip of like random objects. And,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the object is used as the thing you need to write the scene around.
that was probably how they wrote the episode.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the end of the story, guys.
Everyone empty your handbags. That's what's going in it.
It's
I
half
might
past.
just empty my handbag, see if I can find a story in there.
It's half past. We can start. I've took the.
I mean, you say that, but what is time nowadays?
Means nothing.
Literally.
I think we need to. I think we need to get a move on because Steph. I think we're keeping her
I was
up.
gonna say, yeah, you went, it's time to start, and I yawned. So. That's not a reflection on the podcast. I've had a very long day.
3, 2, 1. Hello!
Yay!
We're back after our long hiatus.
Yay!
We had an Easter
How are we
holiday.
feeling?
We had a Easter,
Are we-
and we've
Are we
had
recharged?
we've
That's all right.
recharged. We've had a team meeting as well, didn't we, gang?
Yeah, we did. We had
We
an
had a
actual
team meeting, so
Oh.
we've got things planned for the next few weeks. So tune in.
Very,
Check
very
us out.
disturbing.
I mean, you say we planned. Can't remember what we discussed.
No, neither can I at all.
No.
No, I was going to
Fortunately,
say, like, can you send me a copy of what we decided? Because I can't
The
remember.
minutes, please.
Just about to say that.
fortunately, someone took the minutes.
Somebody's
Yeah.
Yes, but the point of the minutes is you share it around the group for us to go, yes, that was what's said, and then it can go into the archive.
Archives.
Yeah.
To be
Oh,
quite
David,
honest with
the
you,
chairman, the treasurer, and the secretary of the group.
Oh,
I'll
that's
do
why
it
he has the
tomorrow.
list. Yep.
I'll do it tomorrow
To be frank,
after
you're
I've done
lucky
my
I
tax
showed
return. Why are you laughing, Adam? That's a very serious thing.
I
that you
was
should be doing.
laughing at Mikey's witticism.
Oh, what was Mikey's witticism?
I said, to be honest, you're lucky I showed up.
We're lucky your internet's holding out. Let's
Yeah,
put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With my internet, it's lucky I achieve anything. But let's not make this a jibe about
Virgin Media.
well,
You must be like at the end of the road or something.
oh,
Put it this way.
yeah.
Put it this way. You can't be a porn addict in Mike's house.
You can, you just have to be good at drawing.
Little flip book.
Look, it's that way it's both hands. We're like, weigh it down on one end, then let's go backwards. That's it.
You,
That's an episode. I can feel it. It's an episode. Who can do the best flip
Erotic
book porn?
flip book.
Are you good?
oh,
What is going on?
oh,
Get
you
down.
guys. Oh,
For anyone who
feel
doesn't
incredibly
realise
lucky.
it, Steph's talking to her cat.
Yeah, my cat's being an arsehole.
So you can buy them, erotic flip books.
You know what? Like, sometimes I can't help but sit back and think, thank God headphones were invented. Because I dread to think what it would be like with
What,
you
just in
lot.
case your
What your
dad had heard
family
what
was-
any of us said and gone, yes, you can be a porn addict in this town.
I think you'll find you
Cascading.
What do you think I've been doing
Cascading
last 18
around
months
my
during lockdown? We haven't even started yet. Come on, behave
Oh,
yourself.
Have this
folks.
conversation live on the internet, please.
Haven't even
It's fine.
started.
There's no way that's being recorded that people can look at later in life.
Absolutely not.
Every so often I do look at my Twitter and go, I wonder how many jobs I've been turned down because this exists.
I'm definitely having internet connections as well, considering Adam, Steph, and Mike have all gone off my screen.
Well, that's
no.
good, seeing as we share your screen.
Yeah, I know, that's the bad thing. But, fingers crossed you'll come back. Oh, Hannah's gone now as well. It's literally
Oh no, I was
just
going to
me.
say that puts a lot of pressure on.
It's
me there,
literally just
you know.
Does
me.
this mean we can start pulling funny faces?
You can. Are you on everybody else's screen? Can you all see each other okay? Oh, Mikey,
we
Mikey.
can all see each other.
Oh, you've all come back now. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hello,
Start pulling
everybody.
faces.
Let's start this thing. It's stories from the smoke room. Basically, we tell stories like we're in a pub. Part of a pub is a smoke room. That's what it's all. That's what we do. We're telling stories this week. We've got an order. So let's just quickly run down everything. Adam, what's your story going to be about tonight?
It's going to be... Oh, come on, Brain. You were there a minute ago. Yeah. I'm not a spiritual man, but I had a weird, spirit, moment.
So this is. I don't really believe in ghosts, but listen to my ghost story.
No.
I love the thought that actually that's just Adam's story about how much he loves rum.
Yeah, I'm normally quite a strong drinker of the lager, and then it's like, whoa, spirit.
Had an epiphany.
I feel so spiritual.
So Adam, not a ghost story.
It's not. It isn't.
That's what I'm putting it down. Not a ghost story. God's sake, man.
You notice Dave does this every week. He makes up shit titles for all of ours, then his is fantastic.
It's fine.
You watch
It's
when it comes to Dave's story, the greatest adventure of all time. Yeah.
Steph, what's your story about?
Well, whenever I say you're going to make up something shit, so you might as well. No.
Oh, I've missed this.
My story is about the time I bought a car and in brackets we can just put toxic masculinity.
So, some shit.
Yes.
What was that, Steph?
I don't know.
Mikey, what's your story about? And please tell me it's about what you put in the group chat.
Have you ever become the poster boy of a charity? For like a solid 2 years, I think.
How did
Leave it there, Mike.
Well, to be honest,
No, Mike, no, wait for your story. You can't go out of order. The dice have spoken.
Oh, I'm forever out of order.
Oh, the dice have spoken.
My story is about revenge.
So it's not a ghost story.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a ghost story.
It's not a ghost
Not
story.
a ghost story.
So it's not a ghost story.
It's not a ghost
So we'll
story.
just put down not a ghost story
That's right, but I'm putting down not a ghost story.
because it's not.
Hannah,
Is it
what's...
also not a story about peas? Because you can put not about peas either.
It's not a.
No,
it's
there's
not
no
a,
penis.
Toboggan story. It's
There's-
not about toboggan.
I didn't say penis. I said peas.
Yeah, penis, as in like the essence of pea, penis.
Oh, okay. Oh.
You've got dick on the brain.
And the time is 7:37, and it's already gone into chaos. So well done, everyone. Well done.
We're awesome. Anna Platts, what's your story about?
I don't know. No, so I was just. So I think I'm going to talk about some stuff that happened in Edinburgh at the Fringe. Because I just found some funny pictures where I can just embarrass myself on the internet for your.
Oh, nice.
amusement.
So she ain't
So,
got a
right,
clue.
also not a ghost story.
It's not a ghost story.
So
Although
she ain't got a clue.
I
The
could
daft wench.
incorporate some ghosts if I want. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh.
No, because then it would be a ghost story, wouldn't it?
What?
Did you end up on the culture show with this one as well?
No.
Oh. The show. Well, I
Damn.
don't know, to be quite frank.
Yeah. Okay then. Right, let's start. So, ladies and gentlemen, with what is definitely not a ghost story, Adam Unwin.
Yay!
Before we start, Steph, pick a number between 18 and 216, please.
43.
43. So what Nazi spoon are you? You are Bernard Rust's tablespoon and demi-tasse-spoon.
This
Which
is like the Dark Universe version of BuzzFeed.
Yeah,
That's
so
definitely a porn star.
What Nazi
Bernard
spoon are
Rust.
you?
Oh, he was the Minister of Science Education.
education. It's as if this is how I'm going to start doing like reading palms, but like this bullshit. Speaking of bullshit, spiritualism. Oh, that was a segue so good I could be like on the One Show. Because they famously say bullshit for this. But no. So, I'm not a particular spiritual man. I'd like ghosts to be real. I just don't think they are. But I will always go on a ghost hunt because who would say no to that? And like maybe like 3 times in my life have I had like a feeling of like, what the fuck? Oh, this is great. And I'm going to talk about one of them. Like the sort of thing I'm talking about is the other one is it was Christmas Day. We were in the Lake District chilling. I'd gone up it was like midnight. I was not drunk, but I was happily tipsy because it's Christmas and that's what it's fucking for. Mum.
What maybe Jesus would have wanted.
It's what baby Jesus would have wanted. That's why his Christmas presents were gold, because he got drunk and couldn't remember. And then the last one,
Christmas, of course, is also one of the 2 days of the year where you can have chocolate for breakfast.
What's the other one?
Easter.
And Tuesday. And I like wandered to the top of this hill and I was looking up at the stars and I had my music in and I was listening to Holsts the Planets because
How
I am
old
nothing.
were you at
I
this
am
point?
nothing if not pretentious. I was like,
8.
It's like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay, so it's fairly recent.
Imagine
I'm
the
just painting the picture to see if you're like a
I can
pretentious
imagine
child or.
the 8-year-old Adam with a little goatee beard listening to
Tweed.
Gustav Holst's The Planet on Christmas. A little bit drunk.
Did no one ever give you like Joy
Love.
Funny Mega Mix?
Yeah, Adam.
be fair-
No one ever give you Joy Bunny
I
Mega.
tell you what you needed in your of life. You needed to go to one of our discos. Well, our discos would have sorted that right out.
So yeah,
Mikey never played the planets at the discos. He was definitely more of a Mozart man.
Let's
yeah.
be fair to Gustav. It's a fucking shit hot sweet. Carry
oh
on.
man, I've got it on vinyl 3 times. That's how good it is.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Why 3
I
times?
actually had it on a tape on my Walkman, but let's not get into that.
Because people keep giving it to me as a present because they know I like it. And then I'm looking at the stars and stuff. Yeah, this is how you talk about spiritual stars and shit. Looking at that, and then like the music just sort of for no reason cut out, and I felt like I was completely alone looking at the stars. It was that sort of like, oh, this is nice. And then the music cut back in, and just as like planes are going over, it was like a kind of look at the universe, and no, gone. So that's sort of like it's clearly just my brain being like, this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's that. So smash cut to Bliss Hill. For those of you who aren't aware, Bliss Hill is fucking beautiful. It's an open-air museum in the style of Beamish, or its lesser cousin, the Black Country History Museum.
Had a.
Aye.
The Black Country History Museum. No,
It's
never
nice
been.
shit.
Don't make that face. That is a solid museum.
Never been.
What you?
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
a brilliant
You've
museum.
never been.
Yeah.
I've been, and I'm
I
not
have.
even from the West Midlands.
They
I
don't
had
film Peaky Blinders at Bliss Hill.
no. They filmed
Yeah.
fucking
Can
Doctor
I just
Who.
say,
Okay.
any museum that managed to get a wheelchair user down its mine is a good museum.
Wow.
Yes.
Look,
Bliss
How
Hill.
the fuck did they do that, Mike?
I can't remember how, but it was a wild school trip.
Yeah.
Honest,
So,
like,
Was you the only kid in the wheelchair as well? Or did they?
I was.
Or was it when you was,
I was,
at the
yeah.
other school where you had loads of kids in wheelchairs?
no,
You
That's-
just got to
that's
turn
not
up
even-
en masse and not tell them
Oh,
anything in
I-
advance. Just
I had an
30
even
wheelchairs.
weirdest-
We're going down the mine. Come on.
I had an even weirder school trip at that school. Barge? Canal
Wow.
barge?
Yeah.
But I only remember it really vaguely. I've no idea of how I managed to get 15 wheelchair using kids on this canal barge, but I swear we went on one.
They didn't just like tip you in, did they?
Well, I
What,
mean,
like they were
it
dumping
was-
coal?
It was the 90s, so
It was
Wouldn't
exactly.
happen.
It was the 90s.
yeah, like risk assessment wasn't really a thing. So
I remember the 90s when they were just bundling disabled people into the back of taxis rather than just tip them into the boat. Classic
Oh,
90s
Mike's
image.
got a mouthful of water.
Look, that's
No,
the best way to
but-
try and get hiccups to start. I had been doing my dissertation. So my dissertation was on Coalbrookdale, which is the village nearby to Bliss Hill. And you might not know, I'm a massive history nerd for that period of history, especially that
I
area.
never had a guess.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. Not just by looking at me. You wouldn't know that this pasty white boy is clearly a history nerd of the Industrial Revolution because it's a time where things were simpler and ginger hair was respected.
But you still won't go to the Black Country Living Museum.
That's because it goes up to the 1940s and I have no interest in that history, Dave.
But you can go on
Actually-
a cakewalk. Perhaps you
actually-
haven't realised. You can go on a cakewalk, Adam.
Actually, they're extending it. Have you heard this?
Shit hot.
They're
Are they really?
It's gonna have it's gonna have a new zone. It's gonna go all
The
the way up to
Aztec
50s. It's gonna go- Stop diluting my point. I didn't know the word. It's gonna have a, it's gonna include the history of like Windrush and stuff in the 50s.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Oh, well, now I feel like a dickhead.
Yeah,
You
yeah, you
should.
should.
And you know what? I'm fine with that. It's very much on brand. So yeah, I was in the archives of the Ironbridge Trust history. Good words, mega great. Of the Ironbridge Gorge Trust, and they've got all
The
these.
break's
they
done
have
as
a-
good, everyone. You can
Yeah,
tell.
so good. I've forgotten how to word. I think like if there's not like squiggly lines underneath it, I don't know how to communicate anymore. Just-
Jonty's in the house, by the way.
Hi, John T. He's in my house. Where? But yeah, the most stunning woman I've ever seen was the person in charge of all the archives. That's not relevant to the story. Just like, oh, cool, this isn't expected, and I appreciate it. And I was in there for like a week doing lots of researching, and then Kira, who was at the time, she was working at Bliss Hill, and she was like, "Do you want to come and volunteer at Bliss Hill for like a day? Because you're in the area, and you're not like the archive is closed tomorrow, and you're going to be bored." And I was like, "Sure, I'll piss about being dressed in old clothes, doing weird fun shit, and creeping people out. I'll happily do it." There is a photo of me in this full stuff, and I'll happily share it so that Steph can pop it on the Insta. Go there, get my fancy costume. I look top. I'm clearly not of high social status within the Bliss Hill hierarchy. I'm not wearing a top pant or a cravat. I know, me. Absolute, just peak acting. Peak. Because I just, wow. I wasn't even given a pipe.
Jesus.
Wow.
I know, my character was so devolved from me, it was hideous.
I feel the
Peak
person who
acting,
should have
were you-
played this role is Hannah Platts with a
Were
Cockney
you wearing a hat?
boy.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Young boy forced to wear Victorian clothes for a day. Extra, extra, read all about it.
Timothy.
He's not even got a little pipe.
Timothy, no.
No, it's
Timothy.
extra.
Timothy.
Extra.
Timothy.
You'll
Timothy.
never silence me, Governor. I'm the voice of the people.
Timothy, I sold your
Proletariat
parents,
are
I
going
will
to
sell you
rise up
too.
and seize the means of production, sir.
Timothy, you're 30 years too
Extra,
early.
extra.
This is causing a horrible crisis of time.
Is it
This was
Sometimes
accomplished
you
a lot later, Timothy. A lot later.
Sometimes you just have to wind them up and let them go. Don't you?
Why do I have a copy of the Communist Manifesto on my desk?
To counteract the evil, voodoo of the Nazi spoon book, I imagine.
Do you know occasionally you hear a sentence which you know has never been said before? That's on. So yeah, I spent like the morning polishing polishing. I was brass sewing stuff and polishing. I'm gonna say it. I was doing French polishing of candlesticks.
Ooh.
So yes, I'm a trained French polisher.
Did any of those candlesticks sing at you?
We've now gone into a Disney movie.
But in
Maybe
like
it's like
a
Disney. Yeah, I don't
Right.
Oh dear
yeah,
me.
in like a black country accent.
Yeah,
That would be great.
exactly
please.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can think of that. Well, I'll carry on.
I'll be thinking about it.
And people come up and chatting, and I knew enough where I could get by saying, because of my absurd knowledge of the period and Coalbrookdale. I was telling people about Coalbrookdale and stuff, and then it was like lunchtime call, go for a wander, just have fun, just have go for a wander around the place.
Can I give you a quick question from the chat?
You
Johnsy
can.
wants to know whether any of the candlesticks you French polished had a connection to the Third Reich.
We
Just
were
to
all
check.
thinking it.
No, it's all just spoons.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
No, Jonty, the spoons were politically neutral. Okay, carry on.
Yeah. And so I wandered around, and I got to the exhibition where there is the replica of Trevithick's locomotive, which is the
Nice.
first
Easy for you to
working,
say.
which is it is Trevithick's locomotive built in by the Coalbrookdale Ironworks.
That
in
can't be the
1903.
right way you say that.
And-
Trevithick.
Trevithick. Yeah.
It's a Cornish name.
Okay.
Now look at
fine,
you.
Fine.
Look at
Every
you
time,
would you-
being
how would you
disparaging of
say-
a whole Celtic
no,
nation.
No. Every time I say the word McCuntleth, you two fire off and start
Because
going,
it's wrong.
Because you can't say it. Trevithick, Trevithick.
And we've had actual standing arguments about whether it was Trevithick's locomotive or the Stevenson rocket that was the first locomotive.
Well, it's
I
clearly
only
not
have-
fucking Stevenson's
I
rocket.
only
They're
have
forward at the
sitting
trial.
down one.
But yeah, this replica of the first steam engine was going back and forth along its track, and the guy looked at me, looked at what I was wearing, and was like, "Do you want to hop on?" And I'm like, "Fucking yes, I do."
Do you want to hop on? Was he
To
flirting with you?
his
Alan?
engine, not to his cock,
A little bit.
because there were children present.
Oh,
So I rode this man's
the way you
engine.
said it.
I rode this man's engine back and forth for a while whilst crying. Does that make you feel
In
happy?
front of
Becky?
No.
I mean, I will get to it. But yeah, he invited me on and I was like, right, cool. So it's just pull that handle down. I was like, sorry, what the fuck?
pull the handle. Oh, yeah.
Stop making this sexy. No, hang on. No. Keep making it sexy, because by encouraging you, you'll get weirded out. But yeah, like I stood on the footplate of this huge, like 4-ton steam-powered behemoth, and was controlling it myself and moving it and doing all this stuff. And I was like, this is like a fucking dream come true. And I had one of those moments when I was like, everything. And it felt like the universe, like everything was silent. All I couldn't hear the children being pricks. I couldn't hear babies crying, because that's like a rule of Bliss Hill. There almost must be one child you can hear at all times. Normally, they're being unnecessarily loud and stopping you from enjoying the arts and the engineering. I'm
trying to do a history over here.
I'm trying to enjoy a history. Just the one history at a time. I'm not selfish. And yeah, like everything.
I feel like this is counselling now.
Everything. Mikey, how are you only realising this now that all of our stories, apart from yours, clearly just as counselling? From the
I
live
can't afford therapy, so I'm here.
Yeah,
Actually, that sort of blends in well to the story later, but let's not.
Yeah, I mean, I have this in all my D&D sessions. It's just therapy. And yeah, like for a good 10 minutes going back and forth on this thing, I heard nothing apart from like the rhythmic chuffing of the engine, which is a lovely sentence.
Could you clip that, please, Johnson?
And yeah, and I came off it, and I had my eyes were wet with tears.
Rhythmic chuffing of the engine.
Yeah, and I came off it, and my eyes were wet with tears. Like I was so gloriously happy that I was like, "God, this is like a fucking dream of mine." Tick. One day, I'm going to tell a bunch of people who don't appreciate how nice it was. But yeah, and then I went back off and was just talking to people the rest of the day, and it was lovely. But like that little bit of the day where I was able to complete something which I'd wanted to do since I've been a wee bairn, a wee tiny laddie. It was just like, yes, it's fucking great. And it was one of those maybe 3 or 4 moments in my life where I just, yep, nice.
Okay.
And I felt in
so
tune
what are
with
you
the
going to
world.
tell us now that the guy on the footplate of the train didn't really exist and was a ghost?
No, it wasn't. It's not a ghost story. Dave.
It's not a ghost.
But we established that in Act 1. In fact, the title of the story that you insisted it being called was Not a Ghost Story. And what I've delivered was not a ghost story.
Yeah.
My contract is complete. At no point did I mislead anyone. My hands are clear. Apart from... My hands are clear.
Adamantly.
Yay!
No, Adam, I'm with you on that. Do you know the album Quadrophenia by The Who?
Yes.
I think it's the best album. And I once listened to that album walking along the beach from Blackpool to Lytham St Anne's, which is quite a jaunt. And obviously, it's got the sea and everything in the album, and it's all, all that sort of stuff. And I've got to be honest, I was down by the sand dunes when the album finished, and I was like, it was a really emotional, heartfelt thing. Shit happens, man. It's really nice.
I'm really grateful you took the important things from that album. Using like it's got the C and everything.
I mean, that's literally it, isn't it?
Covered the
It's
lot.
got the
It
C
was really,
and
in that-
everything.
well done.
In
Got the C and
sentence.
stuff in it.
Yeah, if I wrote my review of Quadrophenia, it would be it's got the C, etc.
4 stars. It's got the C.
5
Mermaid
stars.
Week.
And
Weekly.
then you
5
watch
stars.
the film, and there's that weird bit with Sting doing that dance.
You know, apparently they had a choreographer.
Why? That can't be on purpose. I thought it was just that they were like, yeah, just do your thing. And then they were like, well, we can't tell Sting that we don't want that. We're going to have to keep
Do you
it in.
know? Go on.
You're laughing, but the stage production of Tommy is one of my best experiences in a theatre. So I sort of get it was a like inclusive production with disabled and non-disabled actors. And it was just,
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of choreography, do you know the weird dance that they had in the Talking Heads Once in a Lifetime video?
Did
That
someone
was-
say weird dance?
That was choreographed by
This
Tony
is-
Basil of Hey Mickey fame.
I'll tell you what, it's every day's a school day, innit?
Yeah. Okay, that's learning facts. It's not even 8 o'clock yet.
And someone else for whom every day's a school day, Steph Loftus, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay!
That's how you do a fucking link. That's how you do a link.
I mean, it's an
That's so
inaccurate
smooth.
one because I get 6 weeks off in the summer. Like, not as good.
Steph Loftus with her story, some shit.
Dave, you're such a dickhead. You really are. Right, okay, so back in February, the country was locked down. We were all just existing, and I decided I needed a new car. So I bought one. That's not the end of the story.
Scraping the barrel here, Steph. You're scraping the barrel.
Honestly, there's so little happened. So I bought a new car. Now, I just want to take you through the process of buying a car in lockdown and some of the things that I realised about the toxic masculine world of buying cars. Because I don't like to play to stereotypes, but I am a typical female driver. I have no idea how cars work. You put the key in, broom, broom, go. I don't know. That's as far as every so often I have to put petrol in it, otherwise broom, broom doesn't go.
That is my extent of knowledge, and I hate that because I really want to understand the car,
Yeah.
but I don't care enough about it.
Like, nothing
In
makes
all
me
honesty,
feel...
though, that's wheelchairs too without the petrol. So I got you.
As a bloke, as a working class bloke who's like been to the pub and stuff like that.
What?
Can I?
Eating
Yeah, I
cock
know. Can I just say I got no fucking idea what's going on in my car whatsoever.
No, you're letting
but
us find
what
out.
I will let you in on a little tip is you just need to pick up on certain words. So a good one is synchromesh.
Ooh.
Yeah, anything wrong with your gearbox, just go. I think it's the synchromesh.
I like just
Okay.
making sure that if the mats are okay. If you change the mats,
Have you
I
changed
found
the
fine.
mind?
changing the air freshener makes a difference, because if it's kicking off fumes, at least you can't smell them. Like, or turn the radio up.
Yeah.
you see, that's
It's not
pretty
a
good.
problem
I
if
do
you
that.
can't hear it.
Do you know what I think is a bizarre word to be associated with cars? Carburettor. In it,
But because it has the word car
The
in
bikes
it.
have bike Berettas.
No, but it also sounds like pasta. Or
Yeah, I was going to say it
bread.
sounds like an Italian sandwich. Yeah.
Listening to real men in the pub as opposed to me, who's obviously not a real man because I don't know how to fix a car. That was nuanced there, internet. Don't go wild. I forgot what I was going to say now.
You got distracted by the
I
new
got
one.
distracted by
Should
my
I
own
carry
new
on
ones.
then?
Yeah,
That's
carry
all
on.
right.
So I rang up said company and was like, I've seen a car on your website. I would quite like to purchase said car. The man on the other phone called me darling 3 times in a minute, and I wasn't happy. I had got him on speakerphone, and I was sat next to my dad because I make no big financial decisions at 31 without his help. And so in the end, this guy sent me a video of the car I wanted to purchase because you can't go and look at them. So I had a little video tour of this is the outside and this is the inside. Do you still want to buy it? Yeah, I do. So as I was buying a new car, I'm very pleased to say that I did pay in cash for it. None of this PCP, HTG, HVG, I don't know what it is, like loans. I had a very, very good interest-free loan from the Bank of Mum and Dad.
Nice.
I batted my
Shout out to
eyelids
Tom.
ever so sweetly to my father and went, but the interest rates. And that won the argument.
In this economy?
Dad, the other car's so old, I might get stranded.
So, right. Well, this was my argument. So, the guy on the other end of the phone, after he'd finished calling me darling for the 19th time, went, have you got a car to trade in? I went, yes, I have. It's my current car. I would like to trade that in as part of the value towards my new one, because that's the sensible thing to do. Now, he asked a question, and I find language very subjective. And his question was, is there anything wrong with the car that I should know about? Now, who's to say what he needs to know?
Yeah, what's his level of...
What?
Yeah.
Who makes up the rules for what you need to know? I mean, what maybe I should have told him is that when the car got above 45 miles an hour, the steering wheel started to shake. The fact that...
From excitement.
Yeah,
I'm on the motorway!
yeah, maybe I should have told him that
I know that one. I think I know that one.
Oil light had been on for about a month, and my car was full of oil. It sounded like a ride-on lawnmower. None of the kids at school were prepared to get in it when we went on trips because they were convinced they were going to blow up and die. And it was affectionately known by the children of my classroom as a bag of nails. Now, because English is so subjective, I answered, no, there's nothing you need to know. No, it's cool.
Nothing at all.
My
There's nothing you
dad's-
need to know.
There's nothing you need to know. It's just I'm not prepared to tell you.
There's some
anything
things
I
you
divulge-
want to know.
Yeah.
You don't need to know.
Anything I divulge is done so out of the goodness of my heart.
And I am not a nice person.
There's a man who sold more than one dodgy wheelchair.
Of course. Well,
Go high speed. Get
I mean,
blow out. Go
Is there,
maybe
any,
4 or 5 miles an
is
hour.
there anything wrong with the chair that you're shopping in, Mikey?
I mean,
Nope.
well, this last one's just been serviced, so it's all good.
And it's now full of drugs when you go across the border.
Nobody
Is there
searches
anyone
the
watching?
wheelchair. Nobody searches the
Literally.
wheelchair.
Literally
Nobody
full.
wants to be the guy who accuses the guy in the wheelchair.
Just for
Nobody
anyone
wants to be.
watching, please download past episodes of the podcast,
Or
and
context.
then all will be very clear.
Yes.
Right, so he went, is there anything wrong with the car I should know about? I went, no, it's fine. He went, general wear and tear. I went,
Yeah.
there's a reason I don't play poker. So, number one, I don't know how to play. So,
It's basically Yahtzee with cards.
Well,
I don't know how to play
that's,
Yahtzee either.
Card
that's a
scene.
lot. That's a lockdown.
Mm,
That's a lock-in episode.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Teach Steph how to play poker.
Oh, yeah.
By playing
No.
Yahtzee.
I said I agreed to this car. He was like, great, I'm going to take your deposit. I went, sound. And then we agreed that I was going to pick up the car the next day. So during a lockdown, me and my father drove to Stafford.
Ooh, so far.
Dad, it's the
3 or 4
M6!
junctions.
Did you take your passport with you?
It felt so naughty.
Was you in your shit bag of nails as
I
well?
was in my bag of nails.
Going over 45, going...
Echo team.
We
Echo
don't
team,
try,
she's admitted
Dad!
it. She's admitted it. The long con is over. She has admitted it.
So we got
Storm her house now! Winter guns! Winter guns!
So we got
Extra, read all about it.
Not now, Timothy!
Local
Not
woman
now!
drives all the way to Stafford. Extra. She's not from Stafford and she wasn't travelling for medical reasons. Extra. Sorry.
Is it?
Oh,
no one
God.
watches this anyway. We're not going to get in trouble.
We should definitely have more viewers than we've got.
So,
Is it weird or what matters with text tone?
That is
Can we arrange
the
that?
ill man.
so we drove to Stafford. Shh, don't tell anyone. And we arrived. Now, we got in there and it was like I'd stepped back into the 1950s. Only men worked there and the only
that's just
female was on reception. And already I went... And my dad was like, what? I was like, nothing. Sexism. I was like, honestly, pipe down.
Nothing, Dad. I am just really bummed about the patriarchy.
Meanwhile, your dad's looking at the calendar behind the counter that's got a woman with her tits out.
Yeah.
Like lying across the car. Like...
You stuck inside a GCSE drama play. I'm just really bummed about the patriarchy.
Nothing, Dad. It's just that John offered me drugs yesterday.
What drugs? No drugs.
Oh, no.
Every so often I make a really woke comment and my dad goes, you're a prick. And that's it. That's the end of the conversation. So I announced myself at reception. This lovely girl went, he'll be round in a minute. Now, I don't know what I expected, but he literally walked over and went, there's the keys, take it for a test drive. And the little voice in my head went, steal it. Like, even though they got my name, my number, my bank details, because I already paid a deposit, but the little voice in my head went, oh, we could get away with this. Like,
If I ever have kids, I'm never handing you the baby. Oh, what a beautiful child. Drop kick it, you say?
So I was sort of walking towards the car and I was kind of having a bit of an existential crisis going, why are you like this, Steph? Why did this thought pop into your head? To which my dad then went, we could make off with this. And I was like, hereditary.
That's why.
The intrusive thoughts trickling down the family tree.
I can see where you get it from, Steph.
Honestly. I say test drive. I struggled with the clutch for a whole roundabout and then came back and went, yeah, it's fine.
Given my experience with driving, isn't that how you do it?
Yeah.
Steph,
Drive an auto, so
Steph,
in your face.
might be a problem with your synchromesh.
Might be a problem with that, yeah.
Could be.
Did it have new mats?
Your synchrony.
No, it didn't. I will end that story in a second. So we went back. He was at his desk laughing loudly with the other men, and
It has a problem with the synchromesh.
Nannily.
Kind of waved to say I was back, and he came over and he was like, how did you find it? And I was like, yeah, it's great. I will continue with the purchase. So he was like, okay, I need to go to my desk now and email you things. And I was like, oh. He was like, yes, this is how we do the sales now. I might be 2 feet from you, but I can't. So I need to sit at my desk and email, and you need to stand across the other side of the showroom, which is like 40 feet away. And I'm just going to look at you and wave every time I've sent you an email. And then you fill in the email and send it back to me, but I won't come near you. And I was like, okay. So
I bet he's fun at parties.
I know. So me
I'm
and
going to have a drink. We're going to have a drink
God,
now.
I'm glad
I'm
I
gonna have a
bought
drink
my
at
car
desk.
from a real
You go
dodgy
45 foot
place.
over there. I'm going to have a drink over there.
So me and my dad were stood there, and we are both people watchers. And as we were stood there, oh, that was it as well. The guy went, "Can I have the keys to your car?" And I went, "Why?"
Because I'm buying it off you.
Way to like
Why?
dismiss suspicion. Why do you want my keys? To which my dad had already made the joke that what I should have done as we pulled onto the car park for the showroom was turn the engine off and just roll it down the hill, because then they never would have known. But so he was like, "Oh, I just need to confirm your mileage," and I was like, "Oh, okay. You don't need to turn the ignition on for that. We should be fine." So, so I handed him my key begrudgingly, and he went away. So while I was waiting for all these emails to come through, me and my dad were people watching, and I've discovered that everybody walks the same in a showroom. They all have the walk of my bollocks are too big, but I've also got my arse cheeks clenched, because merely relaxing my muscles exposes my arsehole and means I am a homosexual. So they were like toddling around.
It's the Top Gear walk.
It's the Top Gear walk. So they were all like toddling around. Well, like me and my dad became very aware that people had started to stare at us, and I was like, "Dad, they've caught on. They've turned the engine on. They know everything."
Oh no.
So, like, this guy had gone off to my car, come back, was talking to his mates who all kept kind of going at me, and I was like, "Oh God, we're definitely done for." Then he went into an office, came out with a manager, who then went to the desk, and they all started looking at me. And my dad was like, "We may need to go to Mexico." Like, okay.
He's looking for all the exits. Like,
He's got Mexico. There's a mafia there.
It's like
Take them over.
he's like, I need to call some of my contacts.
I need to call Tenerife. You better pass on the word. You know what happened last time, bitches. Like, so yeah.
it's
So
like
it was,
Thelma and Louise, but in Stafford.
yeah.
Just you and Tom.
Steph and Tom in Stafford.
Yeah. It would have been a very different film, wouldn't it?
Honestly, just my dad in the passenger seat cracking over a can of Stella and going, "Be all right." Like, you know what you're getting yourself upset for? Yeah. That is my dad's staple line to any problem.
The ending is you driving over a speed bump and then your dad spilling the can everywhere.
That's the only bit he'd have got angry about. The whole film he'd have been completely fine with it, but I dropped an ounce of his Stella. Oh man! So yeah. So like, eventually, a group of men walked up to us, and I was like,
God.
"Dad, they've rung the police. Like, they're going to do us for fraud. I will not do well in prison. Like, what the hell is going on?"
I'm too beautiful for prison, Dad. I'm too beautiful for
I'm
prison.
pretty. I'll be someone's bitch within a day.
Did your dad step in front of them and go, "Don't you know I have a statue?"
Like, unfortunately, I hadn't had to take any ID, so we couldn't pull the passport out. So,
So it's like, no hablo inglés.
so they all came over. Now, considering I was the one making the purchase from the car, I was the one handing over my card, I was the one signing all the paperwork. Have a guess who they spoke to?
Was it the Lord Jesus Christ?
It was not. It was my father. I
never the
wasn't
Lord Jesus
even
Christ.
in the room. Like, so they were talking to my dad, they were talking about football, they were talking about this, they were talking about, like, I actually made a comment about the football because I'm quite a big football fan. And they went, and then carried on talking to my dad, and I was like, "Oh, sexism." Like,
How many guys were there?
there was 4 of them.
4?
And then eventually the guy who was selling, who I'd been dealing with the entire time, went, "I'd like to introduce you to our sales manager, our deputy manager, and the store manager." And I was like, "Cool. Am I getting arrested?" Like, what's
Yeah.
and they were like, "Yeah, we just want to thank you for this purchase." And I was like, okay, I didn't realize
All of you.
I was holding the store together. Like what? So yeah, they were like they thanked me very much all the time. I'd noticed another man was now putting the cars to bed for the night, and
Oh shit.
drove one around the showroom, which was massive, but was like speeding so much it left black marks as you skid it.
Oh my
So,
god.
yeah, they do not mess about. So yeah, like he,
Did
like,
you-
that was
did
it.
you
And I was
go?
like,
Did you say, don't try that with my old car?
yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Just in case anyone
All the
was
parts of it just like.
wondering,
If
just
you're
in
going to do that
case
with mine,
anyone-
can you wait until I've left? Because then I can have deniability.
Just in case anyone's wondering, they don't do that at the wheelchair services.
No.
They do, Mike. They wait for you to leave.
That's disappointing. Yeah.
They give you the one that you're renting for the day, and then first thing they do, mate, jump in, donuts.
Renting?
No, just eating
I
donuts.
say, I tell you, they've not got that foresight.
Do they not?
I mean,
give
that
you
would.
one, do they not give you one for the day while they're cleaning yours?
If your business is renting out wheelchairs, you've
just
got a
have
really
to-
low expectation of people's life expectancy. Like,
Wow.
it's
So anyway, what did they do next?
So I paid for my car, and we left. And as we got out of the shop, well, we were just walking out the shop. My dad very loudly, so they could hear, went, "Ha, go away with that!" And I was like, "Shut up!" So we
that
drove
car is
away.
implicated in a murder.
So yeah,
Oh my
and
God.
to finish off, it didn't have car mats. So for my birthday this year, my mum and dad got me car mats.
That's when you know you're getting like you're an adult.
Yeah.
When you're excited.
Oh
Okay.
no, that wasn't my exciting present. Do you want to know what my exciting birthday
Yes.
present was? It was.
Was
from
it
my brother.
eyelashes for
No,
you?
it wasn't.
Headlights.
It wasn't eyelashes for my car. If someone bought me eyelashes for my car, I would put them on my car and set my car on fire. I actually
I
had
would put them on the person who gave them to me
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
set
set
them
them
on
on
fire.
Like I also don't understand why when one falls off they just leave it on there like the car is now seductively winking at you. Like what?
I'm driving really fast. I can't see. Ah!
Like if anything that makes me nervous about the car. Yeah, but the present I was most excited about because I knew I was getting it. So
Oh,
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 I
no.
oh no!
Oh,
You
no.
froze, Steph.
Peppermill.
Steph, you froze. You
Oh,
froze.
You,
Say
you
that again.
froze perfect. You went
Yeah.
so.
You.
I had a battery powered salt and pepper mill.
Shit hot.
what?
It's half and half salt and pepper, and you got a little S button and a little P button. I assume you know what they're
Oh
called.
my god.
And then
Steph, where is it?
it's downstairs in my. Don't make me go get it.
Was this in response to Hannah reading erotic fiction?
No, it was. The
Oh
fact
no,
that my
I'd
brother came
forgotten
round
about
for
the
dinner.
pepper mill.
My brother came out for dinner one evening and went, "Where's your salt and pepper?" I handed him the Asda's pepper and the big salt and low bit, and he was like, "This is nonsense." And then for my birthday, I got the salt and pepper.
Yeah, no one's going to live like that.
You need to learn from this, Steph. So it's like, why don't we have a game of Xbox, Steph? And then you just hand them like a Nintendo DS from 1996, and they're like, "Oh no, we'll have to
No.
buy you a PS5." That's how it works.
Actually, Game
Oh,
Boys in
oh.
1996.
All
but-
right, yeah.
In my head, she's handed them a cardboard box with an X written in black.
yeah, yeah.
written in black.
You've just got to
Atari
imagine
Jaguar.
that you're playing FIFA.
Atari Jaguar
Was it
CD.
a box full of your previous boyfriends? My ex. It was a joke that I did. It was a joke that I did. I did a joke. Don't know if you know, I'm a comedian. Did a joke there. That was a little joke.
Very good. I did like it.
Not been on stage for a very long time.
Steph Loftus, ladies and gentlemen.
Steph Loftus.
Yay!
Oh God, am I looking forward to this one? Mikey, who's now the poster boy for a charity.
Well, so do you remember when we mentioned about sixth form and Wednesday afternoons were, what we did were basically just not doing a lot. Well, this is nothing to do with the story, but for context, I just come off stage from doing a thing. There were like the promo things for like when school musicals run and stuff. They make you do like assemblies and sing to flog tickets.
Oh, yeah.
I can do a number.
Yeah. So I just finished doing one of them. And I was like, it was fame. It was fame that year. So there was a lot of sort of like lot of check and lot of flannel, that type of thing. And the teacher who was in charge of like pastoral support was waiting for me. She says, "Mike, are you free this afternoon?" I was like, "Well, I mean, it's Wednesday, and I've got a free period." She says, "So you could you?" I was like, "So yeah, yes I am." She says, "Only we've got the media and marketing people from the NSPCC in," and I'm like, "Right, what's going on?" She says, "They need some people to pose for photos that will go in a brochure that will basically tell the story of someone like getting support. Would you do it?" So I was like, well, like,
I mean, they missed the trick there, because if there was after a brochure of someone telling the story of a young guy going to a dance school in New York, you was all over that shit. You'd just done that.
Didn't even have to break out a carrot.
I'm worried here, Mike. I'm worried because, sometimes the NSPCC have TV adverts and they talk about, like, cruelty to children and stuff. And they will have
they're
children.
like, Josie's always bumping into things.
Yeah.
A table, a
And
chair,
then
a fist.
Yeah. But then they'll have, like, a picture of a kid crying. And I'm always like, how did they get the child to cry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they very, very patient? Or did they go...
They just wait for it to be hungry or something.
For it.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if it were me at that age, all you'd have to do is play the Magic Roundabout theme tune. anyone who says that isn't the most distressing.
Oh my God, Mike! Why have you told us that?
He's
gone!
So what year?
Look at that! He mentions
What year
the magic
do you reckon it
round.
was?
Oh, look, Mike, him back. See, you mentioned the magic roundabout and you disappeared.
What,
Hello?
Mikey? What year is this? By the way, we're talking.
Am I back?
Yeah.
You're back, yeah.
What year?
This is maybe 2009-10-ish.
Cool.
Right.
Cheers. NSPCC.
So.
Adam, no.
You
Carry
don't
on, Mike.
think I've
We
looked
definitely
before telling this story.
Yeah, please carry on because we're definitely not Googling
So,
it.
Yep.
Yeah. So what happens is we go down to the English department, and there's me mate Chelsea, and we're both like, "Oh, are you doing this too?" And she's like, "Yeah, this is a fun way to spend an afternoon." And so then they sort of the people from NSPCC basically explained to us that I'm going to be playing the lead character, and the whole book will follow this character's journey from sort of feeling, this is going to sound really terrible, but I'm only doing this because I don't really know. Like, I feel like I'm underplaying this, like how important it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to be playing, like, you know, they're sort of really sad, and by the end of the book, they've got support and sort of better off. So, but what was really weird was it wasn't shot in sequence. So it's like, right, what we'll do is we'll take, if you can sit by that table and just sort of look at Chelsea like this is the first time you've spoken about your troubles and you're getting support. So maybe could you look a bit sort of unsure? So I'm bearing in mind the only sort of proper training I've ever received is just going when you sort of in the background just say rhubarb a lot.
Yeah.
So
Exactly how it is.
And the kids from Fame.
We're sort of posing for this like photo, and like I'm looking at Chelsea. Rhubarb. We're doing good. And they're like, yeah, it's great. And then so we get that shot. And then
The important rhubarb shot.
gets weird.
It gets weird.
The other person has no idea about the rhubarb thing and just keeps having the same fucking rhubarb.
It gets weird.
Oh, I love that.
I feel it's already weird, Mike.
Rhubarb.
But it gets odder. So then
Rhubarb.
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 then we go outside. We go outside onto the playing fields.
Was there?
And then they're like, so what we do? Put the lock up. I've practiced this.
It's just wait. You couldn't have practiced us finding the word rhubarb this far.
Oh,
There's no way you could have predicted this.
You
It will
said a
be
word
this.
so much it loses all sense of meaning. Rhubarb.
My sister has just come into the kitchen and gone rhubarb. I assume she's watching.
She just knows, or
Oh, it's just a family obsession. That's how
Yeah,
in the Southern household, rhubarb.
Just revealing an in-joke. And so the next shot is this photographer comes up dead close to me, and he kneels down in front of me, and what he says is, "I want you to look really." He says, "I want you to look really sad," and just sort of. So I'm like, well, how do I? So what I end up doing is just staring into the middle distance, looking a bit lost. But what I'm actually doing is just eyeballing the pub across the road.
And on the sign, there's a plaque saying rhubarb cider.
Because it's all the magic, you see. And again, I'd just like to re-emphasise, I'm still in my costume for Fame at this point. Luckily, wasn't a dancer because that would be leg warmers.
Why is this kid in an NSPCC advert dressed like he's from the New York Society of Performing Arts?
I was just wearing.
It would have been a confusing message, Mike. I've got to be honest.
Chanting
was just
rhubarb,
wearing
everybody.
jeans.
Chanting rhubarb? Why does this do what? What does this mean? What's it a metaphor for? I don't get it.
Just John T's in the chat. I tried to type rhubarb and got it wrong. And I put rhubarb, and John T's gone, "That's Mikey's new title. He is the rhubarb."
Yes.
How good is that?
I'll take.
Oh God.
And then this
Rhubarb.
and the best thing, the next shot is like the last one that goes in the brochure. It's dead happy. So like they make my character and all like his friends link arms and look like we go down the yellow brick road.
Did you say, wrong film, I'm dressed for fame? God's sake! Like, if I was directing that, I'd have been, you know, the Wizard of Oz shot at the end.
Yeah.
Let's tweak it a bit. It's serendipitous, this is.
Oh, it's something. I'm not entirely sure what it
Adam,
is.
stop saying rhubarb. Just every so often when it dies down just a little bit, just for a split second, Adam goes, rhubarb.
I have found my calling.
Roll a bit hard, it just makes it so much more spectacular.
Oh, God.
It's almost like you're a voice actor. And then, like they wrap it up and they say, "Well, that's lovely, thanks. We'll produce it. It'll be rolled out into sort of the local area and stuff." And then it comes out and it is distributed around the whole school for like a week. It's like Mike's on the front of an NSPCC. Now, obviously, I'm not making light of the cause.
Obviously, no. Yeah, we don't.
It's just funny that it's me who's doing it. Because what the hell? And also, like, no shade to NSPCC, but all the time they were like, just get the wheelchair in. It's just. So that was weird. And then, so this sort of the initial shock of being famous for a bit passed. And then about 2 or 3 years later, I'm not sure if I was at uni, but I was definitely at college. I come home one day. My sister comes to me. She says, "Mike, we were at college today and we were given these brochures. Pass around."
Who's given these free recipe cards from the BBC Food website for desserts? I don't know how this has happened, Mike.
Give me an R.
Here's you before you have your rhubarb.
I'm sure that's you.
It's all part of the Yorkshire Tourist Board thing to get more people to buy rhubarb.
Welcome to the Rhubarb Triangle.
Here in Wakefield, we know the price of a good rhubarb. Carry on.
Well, that is essentially the story of me being the poster boy for the national.
I love that.
Yeah, the NSPCC. And in all honesty, I thought I told you before. So when everyone was what the hell?
You haven't, mate.
Like,
You haven't. You definitely haven't.
Because
We'd have remembered.
yeah.
What I love to imagine though now is that for months Mike's been making rhubarb puns at us, and none of us have understood them. And none of us have really picked up on them. We're all a bit like, that was a bit weird. But then, now, we're all suddenly going to start having flashbacks of things it all makes sense.
Oh dear me. Oh, Mikey, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay!
I will admit. So when I was marketing at Vista, a Leicester Sight Loss charity. There we go.
Oh.
The number of people who were like, did you have permission to use that photo? Yeah, I found your permission slip from last year. Cool, because you're spending a lot of. You put it in the paper. Yep. Could you? Okay. Yeah, you signed away your rights. I have this image forever now. Oh. I was in a paper. Yay.
A friend of mine was, when you see the adverts for like the open days on buses, a friend of mine was on one of those for months. It was
I know
really
the guy.
weird.
I know the guy on the university science building.
Ooh.
His name's Brian.
I'm stuck on the university science building. Someone help me down.
Like his
My
face
name's
is like
Brian.
50 feet tall. Like,
Is it-
and he looks really, really scientific because they put a lab coat on him.
Oh, that's how it works.
And
Glasses?
like he is a
Yeah.
scientist, he's a very clever man. But every time he comes into our school, because he's also works at like the agency, like I go, nah, University of Wolverhampton. To his face, he really doesn't like it. And yet, Brian, I will continue to do so.
Right, moving
It was
on.
in this morning, actually. Yeah,
It's me next
yes,
with not a ghost story.
yes.
It's a story of revenge.
Story of Rhubarb.
So,
For those that know Wolverhampton, I was living on a place called New Park Village.
I'm just going to put the light on. Keep talking.
Yeah, Steph, you know New Park Village, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a very, very... It's a fun place for cocktails of an evening. Let's put it that way.
Lovely part of the world.
Yeah.
What sort of cocktails? What sort of exotic fruits? Would be put into
Molotov
some-
ones. No, it used to be a very rough area. And it got kind of taken over by the residents, like some sort of coup. Right? So it's like an estate management board. And you had to be interviewed before you got a property on there and stuff. And it did settle down and it got much better. So we were living on there. And then it started deteriorating. Not because we moved there. It's just, over time, people learn the noises they have to make to get houses on the estate, and it started going down. And there was a few families who were turning up who were causing problems. And there was one which was like a family from Manchester. And there was a guy who was probably about 5-6 years younger than me, but he was a proper nasty piece of work. And was causing trouble around the estate. The one night, I go to the chippy, right?
Yes.
I'm not proud, I'm fat and I'm hungry, right? Go to the chippy.
Orange ones. Or...
Oh,
I
yes.
didn't mean to nod then, I'm really sorry.
I'm in the chippy, and this guy's in the chippy as well with his mate. And I'm like, okay. I'm having a look at what I'm going to choose. And he steps backwards because he's talking to his mate and he's like gesticulating. And he steps backwards and steps into me. And then he turns round, looks at me and goes, "You want to fucking watch what you're doing?" And I'm like, oh, God, I'm going to get fucking stabbed.
Again.
And
God.
I'm
And
like,
this time I don't deserve.
oh, yeah. Sorry, mate. Yeah, you fucking want to be. Oh, God. So I get my chips, and I didn't even eat them, because it's just like, I don't know about you, but when stuff like that happens, you just go, oh, and you just feel like shit, didn't you?
Nothing ruins the flavour of chips than other people's blood.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest, the fat girl
not
in me
the-
can power through anything. Like, I don't care what level of trauma it is, chips are chips.
Like, if I've paid for the chips, I'm going to eat the chips. Like,
Life is sad, but chips make this few minutes a bit
Life
better.
is
Yeah.
sad, but chips is chips.
chips make things okay for a couple of minutes, so... Yeah.
Yeah.
Over the next few weeks, living on the estate, every so often, I'd see him and I'd avoid him because I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen, and anxiety brain and all this stuff going on. Then one day, I was doing a lot of work on a charity that worked on the estate, so there were a lot of people coming in asking for help and that sort of thing. So you got to know a few people dotting around the estate.
Does it involve rhubarb?
It doesn't, unfortunately.
Never
I'll
even
try and
involved.
I'll try and leverage some in a bit later. We'll see if I can
Nice.
improv my way into squeezing some.
I'm
rhubarb.
disappointed you didn't use the word plant. In all honesty, Dave, there's
Sorry,
an
Mike.
opportunity there. And you dropped
I'm
the
sorry,
ball.
Mike. I feel like I've let you down.
He's a writer, isn't he? You can see that.
You know what I mean?
So next time you went to the chip shop, you ordered a deep fried rhubarb.
Did you see that? I know it. Like, did you see that in Scotland, a chippy has deep fried Colin the caterpillar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I would definitely try it.
I would. As someone who's eaten a deep fried Mars bar, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's going in my mouth.
I probably couldn't manage a whole caterpillar, but like, I'd definitely try a bit.
What is a deep fried Mars bar like?
Okay, well, I mean, it's a little bit
Mars
melty.
bar.
Yeah, it's a little bit melty, but not too much. Like you're eating a Mars bar on a hot day, and just enough crisp to make it like the texture in your mouth work. Deep fried pizza, however, is weird, and you sweat oil.
A pizza crunch.
No, you end up you sweat oil. It's horrible. You like your heart's going. Yeah, your belly might be enjoying this, but I am working overtime.
I do want to try one, but I don't know. One
I've
day.
had a deep fried curly whirly.
Ooh, I could get on board with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice.
I don't know, you don't get stuck in
The combination
routine
of textures.
now. Weird.
Go on then, Dave.
Right. So, one day, walking across the estate, and a woman who's been in and come to the charity, and I know her by sight. I don't know her, but I I've seen her around. She comes over to me and she says, "Can you help me? I've got a bit of a problem." She went, "There's a spider in my kitchen, and I'm too scared to get rid of the spider. Can you get rid of the spider?" And I'm like, okay. And I'm not a fan of spiders, but it's like, okay, I'll fucking help out. I'll help out. Went into the flat, which is like masonette, and you've got the kitchen there, and you've got the living room there, right? And I walk in, and I go into a kitchen, and I look into the living room, and who's sitting there but the guy who harassed me in the chippy?
Oh no.
And I was like, oh. And then I thought, hang on.
Why is
No,
it
you
you
got
getting
like
the spider?
I said to this woman, I went, and then I looked at this guy, I went, I thought you'd have done this. And this woman, God bless her, just went, oh, he's more scared of him than I am. I was like, right, at that moment, I was just, right, I do not care if it's a fucking tarantula, right? I don't care, right? I am wrestling it to the floor, dragging it out, right, dragging it into the corridor and going, it's all right, I've got it.
And then eventually, when you're out the corridor out the sight of them, the spider will wink at you and go, "It's all right, mate."
You slip it a fiver. Everyone's You just reminded me that octopus wrestling was the sport, and that's glorious. Thank you for that.
It's a pleasure.
Yep.
Any time you want me to remind you of that, just send me a text. Say, Dave, remind me about octopus wrestling.
With pleasure, sir. With pleasure.
You know, we're all going to be texting Adam now, just going, octopus wrestling. Like,
Yeah.
You know what? You say that like it's about, because you know what happened is I'll do this a recreation here. Okay, so oh, what's that noise? What a terrible day I'm having. And scene. So
And
I
see.
can't believe no one mentioned the fact that I discovered competitive wood chopping.
No, I think that was what I was trying to remember. That I knew there was some kind of competitive thing that had been in the group chat. Yeah, no, I think that's great.
Weird. Yeah, I mean,
I'm into it.
kudos, but weird.
Steve sponsor a lot of them as well.
It's a skilled thing.
But anyway, carrying on.
Oh yeah.
As you were.
I went into the kitchen. You know what? Wolf spiders. Wolf spiders are horrible. Right, I've got this thing with spiders. I'm okay unless you can see their kneecaps.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Google it then.
Once it gets to like you can make out where the kneecaps
Yeah.
are. I'm not a
Yeah,
fan. So I'm
it
expecting
looked
it to
like
be
it could hold
kind of
a
a
bit
bit of a chunky wolf spider.
Yeah.
It was like that big.
Come on.
It was fucking tiny. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I've got this. Just got it with my hands. Do you, I'll take it out. Do you want me to kill it, or do you want me to? I'll take it out. That's fine. You know, carry it out into the corridor. You're right, mate.
Just like waving it in his face. I'll be taking this with me then.
Yeah,
Like
Alright.
accepting
no
an award
problem.
at the Oscars, just like lovely.
I'd have probably have gone up to it and gone, do you want to say goodbye to it before I take it? Do you want to say goodbye? Leo, do you want to...
Oh, sorry, dropped it.
So that was kind of my revenge. But what was also lovely was I found out after, and I don't know how true this is, I found it out third hand, that he'd, not as a result of what I'd done, it was nothing to do with that, he was just one of those people who would be aggressive to people to big himself up. And he got aggressive with the wrong person and had the absolute living shit kicked out of him.
Yeah!
So
I love a happy ending.
Karma.
there's a happy ending. Revenge!
I thought you were
Yay!
going to wheedle some rhubarb into it and say that he got beaten to death with a stick of rhubarb.
He got
or
beaten to
something.
death with a stick of rhubarb.
Yeah.
Go on, Mike. That's my story. Thank you very much.
Dave, Peter.
Dave,
Safe. Ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
your accent, Steph.
It's Jeff Cat went, David Pitt, legend of like
Finishing-
coward.
David Pitt.
Finishing us off this evening with a story entitled "She Ain't Got a Clue, the Daft Wench."
Yeah.
Hannah Platts, ladies and gentlemen.
Will it be a ghost
Right.
story?
No, I wish I had a ghost story. Don't.
So it's not a ghost story.
So, while I've been sat here, I've been thinking, what am I going to say? So
Just do Cockney Barrow Boy for 10 minutes.
extra, read all about it. Local woman doesn't have anything to say on podcast.
I mean, I've heard those podcasts. They are 10 a penny.
So I was scrolling through my Facebook photos to try and be like, perhaps I've done something in my life. And turns out no. But I did find a picture of from Edinburgh when I went up with my uni, and we did a show in the underbelly, which, if you don't know, is like basically
Is it
some
like the
sewers.
Big purple cow?
No, that's them as well, but that's where the fancy people go. We
Right,
were
okay.
in their Cowgate one, which is
Oh,
literally
yes.
like underground
Love that
in
venue.
a cavern. Yeah. So the year that we were there is the year where they finally went, we've got to do something about this roof because it flooded on us and we had to cancel our first preview because the venue was underwater. And they had to we were the first show on in the morning. So, well, I think it was like 12 o'clock. They still charge you £1,000 for the room. Oh, stupid money, crazy money, insane money, yeah. They had to get an aquavac, is a thing that hoovers water up every morning to like hoover all the water up so that we could use the stage.
If that's not next year's Eurovision winner, I don't want to know.
Aquavac. And now, since then, they've put like black plastic over there because it's literally in vaults like this. But when we were there, they hadn't. So the tech guy there told me that when Underbelly, like this used to be the first job of the people they employed for the fringe period, was they went in the end of July and they spent a week just scraping stalactites off all the vaults where all the disgusting like sediment had formed hanging down in these yes, and so they would drip on the audience during the show.
Please,
Mm.
for future podcasts, never mention the word sediment.
Sediment. What have you got against sediment? haven't.
I could stomach most things.
You keep saying these things, Mike. You're literally painting a target on your face.
No. Makes me feel funny.
So,
Hannah, sorry, before you go
yes.
on, because I despise the Edinburgh Festival, the Passion.
yes.
Were you? I mean, I don't despise the idea of the Edinburgh Festival. Just
The
despise
largest arts festival in the world.
Yeah,
It's fucking shit.
Well, it has, like, I love it, but it has many flaws,
Yeah,
and I am willing
yeah.
to say that. Yeah.
Were you being
Yeah.
exploited by the venue? Were you being exploited by whoever got you up there? Was you
Well-
being exploited by wherever you were staying? You know.
Yes. But so we went with the uni. So the uni paid the venue fee, which was some stupid amount of money.
That's not bad. Did they pay for accommodation?
They subsidised the accommodation,
So no.
so it was cheaper. Yeah, it was cheaper than it would have been, but it was there were
£75,000 instead of 78.
I can't remember how much it was. I think it was like 300 quid for the month.
That's fucking great.
That's not bad.
But there were 15 of us in a 4-bedroom flat.
That's normal.
Or 16. Something like that. Yeah.
That-
So
Well,
it
if
was
we-
very with one toilet.
Yep,
So that-
sounds Edinburgh.
Oh,
Yeah, one
getting-
shower, one toilet.
I'm getting
Oh,
like
Yeah.
I'm getting like pick a pocket or two vibes. You know,
Yeah.
like,
right. I'm sorry.
We were like
Which
a gang
is
of
handy.
urchins.
This is literally people
which is
smuggling.
handy for your Cockney Street urchin.
It's what?
This is people smuggling. This is when people smuggle people into the country. This is the
Yeah.
conditions they put them in.
Yeah. I
And
imagine
they
it
make
is,
them watch
yeah.
weird sketch comedy.
Yeah, and then go to shows at like midnight called
That's how they
something
get
like
paid.
Apollo Dionysus.
Yeah.
And everyone gets naked, and you're like, "Why am I here? What am I doing with my life?" Who
Best name
am
show ever.
I?
You've got to work.
It was just called Wheelie 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 Wheelie.
You've got to work
That's what
15
I'm
hours a day
working
on this
with.
car wash. For that, you get to watch some mediocre sketch comedy between 8 and 9 of the evening.
To be fair, I would for a week a year. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. I mean, Edinburgh's like my happy place, but it's kind of like my abusive mistress. Like she hurts me, but I love her. We did a show in this same venue 2 years in a row, so I'm trying to think of things that happened that are funny. So this show
It wasn't the
is-
show, was it?
Because most
It
of
wasn't
it,
the- no,
most of
well-
it was misery.
The first year, no, it was quite fun. And the first year we got nominated for a stage award for best ensemble. Thanks.
Stage
So-
award.
Which was great because we were up against Stephen Burkoff's production of On the Waterfront, who didn't win either. But we kept joking,
Such a good brag.
either. But we kept joking that, like, so we started the show. There were like 11 or 12 of us in the cast, which is too many for the size of the venue, really. And we had to start like the whole set, but it was just like there's a wall at the back you can hide behind, and there's no wings or anything. So we had to start all hiding behind this wall pretty much, and we'd be in there and we wouldn't know how many tickets we'd sold because they never told us. And we had
What?
this ongoing so we had this ongoing thing that
Such a guess.
we would all pile in to start the show, and there would just be a single bald figure sat in the middle of the seats, and it would be Stephen Burkoff, and he would be like, "Impress me," and we'd be like, so every day we were like, maybe today's the day when Stephen comes to check out the opposition. He never did, of course.
Mr. Burkoff, we have some scenery. Would you like to eat?
Mr. Burkoff. Impress me. So this was the show where my friendship with my friend Sarah was solidified because there was a bit in the show where I was wearing this horrendous leopard print number, which they literally said to us, like, you've got like £5 or something, go to town and find the worst going out outfit you can find.
Nice.
For this, it was like a multi-role thing, but this particular character of mine was like drunk girl on a night out, basically.
Yeah.
And I bought this leopard. Yeah. I don't think I've ever been in a play where I haven't been drunk.
That's how
I'm
I
just
dress,
saying, like,
Jessica.
I'm like premier
That was-
drunk
no.
actor. Hannah
Right,
Pratt.
I wasn't saying yep as in Hannah or yep.
No,
as
that's
in,
how it sounded, though,
that's
Steph.
me.
Yeah.
I was saying yep as in the leopard print was an excellent choice.
Yeah.
See,
So
I heard it as
I've
well.
got a
Yep, that's what I
small-
do. Yeah.
Oh
can't
yeah,
really
yeah.
see
I
it
don't
Five
know.
very
upon it out, I
clearly.
go to the local Cats Home charity shop.
It's so glorious to watch other people dig themselves out of holes.
So I bought this dress from
Can I
Primark.
just say, pictures or it didn't happen?
No, I'm finding the picture now. You can't really see because I'm in the background, but it's this leopard print.
Oh, classy.
And so I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm definitely going to buy it. And then it's my friend's birthday in September. So about a week after Edinburgh, I went to see her. She was in Wolverhampton, actually. She was at uni. And we went out and she got ready and she came down and she was wearing that dress. The same one. Here's a picture of us with her wearing it like the week after. And I was like, and I couldn't say anything because I couldn't be like, oh my God, that's the worst dress ever that I bought for like £5.
Oh, Wolverhampton.
But anyway, so that was when my relationship with my friend Sarah was solidified because one day we got into the venue and I'd forgotten to bring my tights with me. And there was a point in the play where I, in slow motion, bent down to pick something up and like sort of basically would have flashed my pants at the audience if I wasn't wearing tights. And I was like,
was
oh
this
no.
play directed by the men who sold Steph that car?
Right,
Might as
so
well have,
we
yeah.
want you to bend
There was a
down
point where
slowly.
they wanted me to get my boobs out for no reason as well, and I refused.
Look, I know your husband's just died and it's his funeral, but look, just pop one out, just one, just the right one, just pop,
Just
you
this
know,
one.
as an active morning, just pop it out, maybe give it a bit of shake.
What, like pop it out on the coffin?
Yeah,
What you wanted?
it's out
What you wanted?
Look, just get out your threatening bits and maybe later give us a good gorp at the Edinburgh Fringe.
That's vile.
So,
Possibly the worst
Can you clip that,
ever
please,
said,
John?
Adam. And you said many, many bad things.
I feel like I'm partly responsible for this, and I'm really sorry.
Just the one then.
So Sarah took off the tights she was wearing and gave them to me, and I put them on, did the show. Now, the show was like basically like 45 minutes of running for me because I was multi-role playing. So I was just like, da 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 da. And oh no, the page keeps disappearing. So I got very, very, very sweaty. Very sweaty. At the end of the play, I then had to take these tights off, give them back to Sarah, who had to put them on to walk around in all day as like her clothes. And they were wet. And she did it. And this incident is referred to as Tightgate. And we still talk about it all the time because it's like, well, since Tightgate, there are no boundaries between us. And
You know, I no longer think what I said was that bad.
no. And
I'm desperately trying to hold in a heave. I'm not gonna lie.
No, we're all friends here. Let it out.
Oh,
Just let it free.
that was when our friendship
Breathe or
was
heave. Breathe or
cemented.
heave.
And actually, we worked out because I saw her a couple of weeks ago when I was doing that R&D thing, and we worked out that it's 15 years since we've known each other, so we're going to have a little anniversary trip.
Are you going to get drunk and like give her sweaty tights?
Yeah, but we're going to Edinburgh, so I'm like, wait, do I have to wear your tights? And then, anyway, I'm trying to find. Oh yeah,
that's
so
the way to end the sentence.
Here's an illustration of how sweaty I got during the show. You're welcome. So this is the vest I wore during the show, and as you can see, the sweat has left a perfect imprint of my boobs.
Oh, you gotta love the underboob sweat.
Yeah, like so
So-
this is all sweat, and that's where the bra was. Yeah.
Right, all
yeah,
I'm saying is, if you got one out, So give it a good airing.
So
Do you know what,
dear
Hannah
me.
Platts?
Yeah.
I'm so glad we're here. Never in my life.
I was like,
everything.
I've literally all this stories are built around me scrolling down these photos, going, "What have I done in my life? I've sweated. I have built a snowman. Apparently, I have. There's me wearing a Britney mic. Here's me playing another drunk. So." Just after that photo with the sweat, was when I met renowned porn star Ben Dover, who was doing a show. I think I've told you about that before on the podcast. No. Well, he was doing a show in the same venue as us.
I was going to say, hold on.
No,
Is
it's not a long story.
Oh,
We shared a like storage, so where you get changed and where you store all your stuff is like designated by show, and we shared ours with him and his show.
When you
I don't
say
imagine he had a lot of stuff.
Well, let me
Yeah,
tell you,
no.
his set comprised of two things. One, a table like one of those small tables like in a bar.
Yeah.
You know, like a little round, and a copper box which contained the Ben Dover official branded dildo, which was a cast of his own manhood. And that's what his show was about his life as a porn star. He was very polite, very nice man.
just when you think Edinburgh Festival couldn't be full of any more penises.
Nope, there's one in a box. You can take it home with you. There's merch available. Come see me on the merch table. I'll sign it for you. I hope he said that. I don't know. I didn't actually see his show.
Sorry, we just had a quote in the chat from Sarcasmus, I believe. Bend over, father of the child for outnumbered. No.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
I'm not sure.
you mean in real life?
Yeah.
No.
He's quite a renowned star of the adult
I don't know how you Google people who are in that sort of like bent over performer.
Just type bend over.
artist.
Yeah,
Simon James.
his partner is Lindsay Drew, and the child is Tiger Drew Honey.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
oldest
wow.
kid.
Well, there
Not
you
you,
go.
Dennis.
Not you, Dennis.
Thanks, John.
Not you, Dennis.
At first, I was like, "Hugh Dennis is better." Like no.
So I don't know, because this is public. I don't know whether we could say his name. So Steph, let's not say his name. But do you remember when I told you about that comedian who was a swinger?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Saved
remember
my
that.
life.
Yes. So there's a comedian on the circuit who was a swinger, and kind of, he said, grew out of the scene. It just like, you get so far into it and then you're like, oh, I can't be bothered anymore. You know what I mean?
Grew out.
Match of the day is on.
Grew out of the scene, guys. Penis joke. No gag, no.
Rhubarb. Carry on.
But he did say that he took part in an orgy, and Ben Dover was there, and that guy called Omar something.
Sharif.
No,
Omar Sharif was there.
It's
playing
another porn
backgammon.
star. And he said to me, he went, "It's the only time I've been in that situation and felt inadequate."
Well, I've seen the pretend, version, and it was impressive.
Did you tell him that?
I didn't.
quite
I was
impressive.
like, well, that's very impressive, sir.
That's like the WI review. It's fair. Gosh, that's mad.
Good Lord, really?
It's 4 Battenbergs long.
It might have been.
It is long as a stick of rhubarb.
Are you measuring actual Battenbergs?
I was trying to think of-
Battenbergs. 'Cause I
Are
feel
we
like-
talking mini? I was thinking mini Battenbergs.
Oh, I was thinking.
Otherwise,
I was thinking long ones.
4 full Battenbergs is
Full
ridiculous.
4 Battenbergs. Steph's happy.
I wouldn't know what to do with it. Like, I don't know, put a lead on it, take it for a walk.
Some guys are into that. So
Some
don't.
guys Can I point out that if we watch this back, and I'm really sorry, there might be a point where I go, because somebody walked through the doorway in Mike Square and I got confused and thought it was behind me.
Oh shit! Oh Christ!
For a genuine second, I was like, someone's in the house. But then logic and reason kicked in very quickly, and then I had like a moment of.
I was going to say, Steph, we've been doing like online stuff now for like 18 months. You've got to have understood how it works by now.
I forgot we weren't all in the same room.
Not yet.
One day.
Very, very soon, folks. Very, very soon. Is there any more fake penises that you've seen?
Any more? I'm scanning through all the embarrassing pictures I can find of myself, and I found one of
Anything can be a fake penis.
What did Bend Over smell like?
Do you know what? I didn't smell him because
Probably
the whole place there, because you're basically in like old like sewer, like vaults, like underground caverns. No, so the whole
I was about to say that. Does he smell a rhubarb?
the whole place has a smell to it that you can't like really describe until you've smelt it, and then everything that you own smells of that for a lot. I had to throw my clothes away. Rhubarb. I had to throw my clothes away that were my costume because you couldn't get the smell out of it.
Because of the sweatiness.
Because of the
wear it uptown?
No, because
imagine if you'd have
it smelled
both
like
gone out
camp.
wearing it that night.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
Imagine if I'd taken it with me, like I'm gonna wear my leopard print dress out.
I understand the horrors of being an incredibly sweaty performer, and the fear that comes with it. So I get that.
I'm just a sweaty person. I think it's fine to admit.
No,
I'm very
I'm
warm
nodding.
all
I'm
the
not.
time.
I'm not nodding because I'm going. Yes, you are a very sweaty person.
No,
I'm
I think
nodding
it's
because
fine.
I'm the same. Yeah.
Some people are sweaty, and I'm one of those people. But I did just find a picture of. You remember when I told you about the office party thing that we went to, and Dave hated every second of it. And then we did a silent disco after, and I found a picture of me wearing all of the promotional materials that I stole from the bar. That's a sort of croupier's cap, some sunglasses, and this feather boa. Don't remember.
Why are you wearing a sleeping bag?
Don't know.
I'll be honest, Tara, I don't think I've ever loved another human being more.
Thanks, Mike.
I believe it was James Cook and Jay Hanley and a few other comedians once did a trip down Kingsheath High Street for charity, and they had to go into a charity shop and buy an item and wear it, and then go into a pub. And then a charity shop, and then a pub. And
Wait, so for charity they did a pub crawl?
Yeah, but obviously they were
Yeah,
buying
that.
stuff from the charity shops on the way, which was the whole idea of it.
And like out making a
That
budget of
was
$5.
there was some
funny.
quite amusing photos that came out of that. And that sort of thing, it gets a bit wild. It starts off where you'll buy a scarf in the first one, but by the time you're down there, you're wearing about 15 layers, and there's like, you know,
Is that a lock-in?
I feel like we do that one.
Definitely.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
There are a lot of pubs and a lot of charity shops in Wolverhampton. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, we've got pretty much nothing but charity shops in Colville.
And cafes.
There's
And a
one
shipping
cafe. There's a cafe and some charity shops and some estate agents.
To sell the castles.
Yes.
All those acres of land that sit around it.
Yeah. We need to do a day trip where you all come to Colville and see where I actually live, so you can be like, "Oh yeah, this is a shithole."
Hello, Colville Tourist Board.
Hello, friendly people of Colville.
It's a shithole.
Everyone
Anna
here knows it's a shithole, though. Like we're allowed to say it's a shithole because we're from here.
Yeah. That's how
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
That is how
Can
it
I
works.
just mildly threaten my cat and potentially set my RSPCA on me?
Yeah.
Do that again. You're going in the canal. Fuck you. Dude.
Can you
I don't know
clip,
if you can hear the
can you
rain.
clip that, please, John?
I thought she's like the
No.
kids at school. I've heard.
I regularly threaten my cat with a canal, or I'm taking him back to the farm.
Oh no.
This one's a good one, which is I've shouted at Ripley twice, which is I'm going to take you to the vet, and this time I'm not going to bring you back.
Oh, that's fucking evil.
That's dark.
I mean, to be fair, if Jasper starts messing about, I just get the cat carrier out, and he stops very quickly.
This is the advantage
And-
with having snails, because we've got African land snails. You just shake a load of stools at them.
But what you don't know is because they're so slow, they're just going, you twat.
I feel like
They're so slow. They've
Adam.
actually managed to. They've actually managed to write the word twat in their own slime.
It's like Charlotte's Web.
One of the snails, and you're hearing this secondhand because they're fee snails. I don't like them; they freak me out. But one of
Hang on.
one of
Hang
them
on, you're happy to
basically-
deal with any spider, but a
Not any spider.
slow moving.
Snails are slimy. That's different.
Snails are very slimy. That's literally their thing.
Yeah, they love it. Mm.
But one
No,
of the
their thing
things
is having a house in the
that
back.
my wife has had to deal with in recent weeks is one of the snails very nearly got fucked to death.
What?
Very
You know that
nearly-
thing about how no
Dave,
one's
you're
ever
not-
said that sentence before?
Dave, you're not meant to fuck the snail.
It wasn't me, Adam.
I'm gonna fuck
This
you
time
to
it
death.
wasn't me.
I feel like this is my fault for not having a good enough story. That we've somehow got to this point.
This is
Well-
just filler.
You know they're hermaphroditic,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? So they were basically taking it in turns. So there was, I think, 4 of them in the tank. So 3 of them would gang up on one, basically, and fuck it for like 24 hours. Then that would go off
on.
and lay loads of eggs. And then my wife would have to go in and get all the eggs out and break, smash them up so they don't, because otherwise we'll end up with 4,000 snails. And then
You make a
after
tiny
that,
omelette.
that would weaken the one because it had laid all the eggs. And then when it built up its strength, then another 3 would gang up on another one. So they kind of went round the group. And then they did the last one in the group and very nearly killed it. Like, to the point where it couldn't move. And my wife had to put it in the food bowl so it could just go to build its
Right.
strength back
I'm
up. 'cause
calling time.
It had
I'm calling
basically
time on
been-
this convo. I don't
think
like
it's
to
it.
death.
I'm now imagining I'm gonna fuck you to death as a chat up line.
I'm pretty sure I've had that
I'm
one.
gonna fuck
yeah.
you so much you won't be able to move for food.
I'm just gonna have to
Nice.
put you in a pizza box.
That seems alright.
I'm not saying I'd say yes straight away. I'm just saying, if someone come up to me in the nightclub and went, I'm gonna fuck you to death, I'd pause for thought.
She died as she lived.
On that note,
I'm really sorry to have somehow brought us to this place.
no, that was brilliant.
Brilliant.
Hannah Platch, yes!
Thanks.
That was a lot of fun, people.
It was.
It was.
I missed you
We
guys.
deserve
Yeah.
more viewers.
We had 7.
We do.
So yeah, we're back next week. We have got plans, but they're in a file on my other computer. So
And none of
I
us
can't-
remember what they
can't,
are.
can't remember what they are. But yes, this time next week, 7:30 next Tuesday, something will be happening. I know we've got some guests coming up in coming weeks.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
And
Should we tell people about the guests or should we keep it under our hat?
let's keep
No,
it
just
under
in
our
case the
hats.
guests come to their
Okay.
senses and say no.
I know one of the ideas we were going to have a poetry night again because we enjoyed
Yeah, they're
that.
going to do that again, yeah.
There was Adam's Taskmaster thing was another idea.
What's
Yeah.
You were going to do Taskmaster for us?
I don't know anymore.
It was a specific thing from it. It wasn't a full.
Oh, okay.
It was that
Oh,
where
yeah.
you bring a thing
You
that's
bring
like.
shit along, yeah.
Although,
Yeah.
when we're allowed to do, like, being in the same room and stuff, I don't see why we couldn't do a whole episode where Adam just gets to be Greg Davis.
That would be
Isn't
really
he
funny.
just
In my
mostly
head.
Greg Davis anyway.
No,
He
No,
was
he's
born for
taller.
that role. He was
I'm
born
most
for
of
that.
Greg Davis.
Yeah.
But he's
he
like-
is cool. He's very
Majority
tall.
of Greg Davis.
He's, so
A
what,
proportion of Davis.
So he is that tall.
That's tall.
Yeah.
What does he smell like?
When I met him, lager.
No, 'cause
Well, that could have been me.
you met him drunk, right?
Yeah, I met him
Sorry,
hammered.
what?
Yeah.
Guys, question for the room. Do I look like I'm in Bohemian Rhapsody?
No, you look alright.
If there were
Feel
there were
like-
3 more of you,
Yeah, if you had like other.
Right.
Yeah.
If you
okay.
if you
So-
get family
Is
involved,
this so
I'm-
real?
No, I think it's more that with us there is a bit of a Bohemian Rhapsody vibe, isn't there?
yeah.
Yeah, if you could be in the middle of the thing, that would help.
Yeah.
Because we could be around the outside, like,
So-
is this just fantasy?
So next week I'll suggest that this setting we've got at the moment doesn't work. We might need to go back to the drawing board.
the aesthetic for the podcast is not working.
Your
John-
connection's been
Johnson.
alright though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
John
So,
T said
yeah,
he
one
will
thing
be
at a time.
mid-wedding.
Who is he wedding?
Oh, what
Yeah,
wedding is it,
Is
Monty?
it your wedding, John T?
No, is
I-
it?
To be honest, John T, if it is,
We would know,
I can't
surely.
believe you have eyes for anyone other than myself.
Surely we would know if John T was getting
We
married.
haven't been invited personally.
Well,
Yeah,
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 why
yeah.
weren't
Or
we
at
invited?
least to zoom in. Oh, his
Oh,
best man.
His best man in a
Aw.
gay Scottish
Yes.
wedding, which is
so
possibly
nice.
the best thing you
Oh.
could ever say.
John T,
Um,
make sure there are pictures.
John-
I want to see pictures.
John T, I'm dead proud.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Can I suggest that if you get a bit stuck for a best man speech,
Just
stream
log
the
us in.
show?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hold up your phone.
Best man speeches for each
Can
other.
we?
Oh, we could do that.
Oh,
We've done the funeral.
We've done
now
the
we need to
funeral.
do the wedding.
Oh my god.
Oh, my outfit.
Hannah, can I have a number between 18 and 216, please?
173.
Ooh.
There's a
Deep in.
3 number recurring.
Mm.
You excited?
Yeah.
No.
For the VEB Velna postscript. Ooh.
I don't know what that is.
Can you show us a picture, please?
Of course I can. 1 minute. So it's a soup spoon.
I love soup.
You're a Nazi soup spoon.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't got a Nazi symbol on it.
You're
I don't know
a
why I'm doing
You're a
this
surreptitious
on the internet.
soup
It's weird.
Oops.
On that note, let's go. It's been
Okay.
a lot of fun.
Yay!
But everyone say bye, chat. Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Bye, chat. We love you.
See you
Bye, we
next
love you. We love
week,
you.
and
We
I'll
love
click